Hey guys, Luke here. I'm going to do a whiskey comparison today, but today's whiskeys are not going to be single malt Scotch whiskeys. They're actually going to be blended Scotch whiskeys. You can see I've got 7 here. These are 7 blended Scotch whiskeys that I've been sort of collecting over the last 6 or 8 months, and I thought it was time to do a comparison of all of them to hopefully find something that was interesting of the batch. So normally I wouldn't drink these neat, but I'd probably mix them with some soda, or put them on ice, or make a cocktail, or mix them with something, right? But I'm going to drink them neat so that we can pick out the characteristics, and then hopefully this will be useful to you. So you can buy the right one for whatever you're buying a blended Scotch whiskey for. So I'm going to go through each one on the nose, sniffing some coffee grounds in between, and then I'm going to taste them, and then I'm going to pick out some specifics about them at the end. So I've got Grouse here. Actually, you know what? Let me just start with the nose, and I'll name them off as I go. So Grouse on the nose. Green apples and spice. Ballantines. Yellow apples, corn syrup, pretty light body. Cutty Sark. Alcohol and green apples, I would say. Famous Grouse. Some red fruits, surprisingly. It's kind of interesting. And corn syrup. Teacher's Highland cream. Slightly smoky, and like a spicy maltiness going on there. Black Grouse, counterpart to Famous Grouse there. Red apples, the smoke, there's a lot of smoke and red apples. And finally, this is Isle of Skye 8-year-old down there on the end. Home. Malty sweet, a little bit salty. So this is, there's a higher proportion of single malt Scotch in Isle of Skye, and it stands out for sure. Okay, now for the tasting. Grouse. Peppery alcohol, kind of a mix between malty sweetness and corn syrup sweetness. Not bad, actually. And Ballantines. Really not a lot going on here. Very light flavor. Maybe a little pepper. Corn syrup's going on there for sure. And a bit of a burny finish. Cutty Sark. Bitter. It has got actually bitter, not from the alcohol, but bitter from whatever else is there besides the alcohol. Lightly sweet, and then quite alcohol burn going on at the end. Rinse-a-roo. Okay, Famous Grouse. By the way, I've ordered these in order of the price I paid, from lowest to highest. So here at Famous Grouse is sort of the line between less than 20 and 20 or above. So Famous Grouse. moderately interesting. A light sweetness, a little bit of a citrus rind. It's a little bitter. And not incredibly alcohol burny on the finish. Yeah. Still there though. Next, Teacher's Highland Cream. So Teacher's Highland Cream has got some Ardmore in it. I think they use largely, or a lot of Ardmore actually, as they call it out on the back of the bottle. And it's got a little bit of that smoke going on from the Ardmore, and it's really helping the whiskey out. Yeah, fuller body, less of that corn syrup sweetness going on, more pushing towards malty, brown sugary sweetness. Reasonable amount of smoke. Finishes. Yeah, a little bit off, but pretty good for at least compared to the others. Black Grouse. Okay, there we go. So it starts with smoke. Have lots of smoke going on in Black Grouse, and it tastes to me like a nearly flavorless blended Scotch that has had smoke added to it. There's not a lot going on besides the smoke. An Isle of Skye. Good nose on this one. Yeah. A bit grapey, maybe some sherry going on there, actually. Pushing towards low quality single malt in the flavor. But still a little bit, you know, it's not all there. Okay, so I've nosed them, I've tasted them. I'm going to do what I did for, I can't remember what comparison I did, but I've got some vectors that I'm going to just pick out the best on, or the worst, as the case may be. And just to kind of pick out a few of them that are, to kind of give you an idea of the character. So the one with the lightest flavor is Ballantines, most definitely, lightest flavor. I guess Cutty Sark followed behind, but it's only, it's got a lot of bitter flavor is what Cutty Sark has. And then Grant's is also got some pretty light flavor. Heaviest flavor is the Black Grouse. It's heaviest flavor, period, but it's heaviest flavor because it has all that smoke. The heaviest flavor that's not smoky, or not all smoke, is Isle of Skye, followed by Teachers, and then I would say Famous Grouse. And then, let's see, malty sweetness. Yeah, Isle of Skye is winning there for sure. And then Teachers, and then maybe a tie in third place between Black Grouse and Famous Grouse. I don't actually know how they make the two of them. They may be the same base spirit, and then they've got some kind of smokiness thing that they're adding. I don't know how they do it. Corn syrupy sweetness. So rather than a malty brown sugar kind of thing going on, what's the lightest, whitest sugary sweetness? And that goes to Ballantines. Probably followed by Grant's. Grant's starts to push towards the brown sugar. Then Famous Grouse is getting even closer to more maltiness. Let's see, alcoholic hotness, the one that burns the most in my mouth, the one that I don't like the most, as far as that vector goes at least, is Cutty Sark. Then, basically all three of these are really quite hot, but Cutty Sark is definitely the hottest. Fruity. Famous Grouse stands out quite a bit, actually. Red fruits in there that are pretty interesting. Isle of Skye and Teachers. I think Isle of Skye has a nice kind of grapey, like lighter red fruits, I guess, maybe like a peachy kind of thing going on. And Teachers is a little bit fruity as well. Earthiness. I would say Teachers, actually. I think the Ardmore that they're using, that peatiness of that Ardmore is really kind of just bringing out a little bit more earthiness. It stands out. And then, yeah, that's all I can say, I guess. Most peaty would be definitely Black Grouse, but it doesn't really have much else besides that. So I guess if you're trying to make something smoky for cheap, go with the Black Grouse. If you're like trying to make something smoky but also have some kind of like a base to back it up, go with Teachers. And then you could also maybe Famous Grouse, although not really. Basically, Black Grouse and Teachers are the smoke, the ones that have smoke in them. Okay, what else? Woodiness. Which one is the most woody? Teachers is the most woody, I would say. Isle of Skye has probably got some good woodiness in there, but it's the malty sweetness is really kind of overpowering that. I don't get a whole lot of woodiness there. What else? Nuttiness. Isle of Skye, for sure. And then, I guess, Teachers. Hard to say what the next one would be. Most vanilla. So, like, if you were to think... well, vanilla, right? I would go with Ballantines. And then, okay, so that's good enough. Let's see, most liked. Which one I like the most? Teachers, surprisingly. Although Isle of Skye is pretty good, I like Teachers because it stands out because it's kind of an underdog. You don't expect it to be good, and then it is. And then Isle of Skye obviously is going to take second place for me. And then third place, I would give to Famous Grouse, actually. And then worst. Which one is the worst? I have to give this award. Maybe it's not appropriate, but I want to. Because Cutty Sark is really not that good. I don't recommend it. Maybe they do make a small, you can get yourself a little sample, try it, see what you think, but I don't like that. Yeah. Not really resonating with me at all. So anyways, conclusions. Grant's, really cheap, reasonable whiskey. Ballantines, cheap, light-bodied. Cutty Sark, I say avoid it. Famous Grouse, pretty good actually. Not really stand out in any way, but it's okay. Teachers surprised me because the price is pretty low, and it's got a lot of bang for the buck. Black Grouse, a lot of smoke, not much else going on. Isle of Skye, yeah, it's pretty good. Got a lot of single malt kind of characteristics, and it's interesting. So I say try that. But if you're looking for just a blended Scotch that's kind of a good standby, get yourself Teachers. Definitely the best of this bunch. Pretty interesting. So I hope that's helped, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.